Welcome to Sasquatch Motorcycle Club. My name is Ian.
My name is Sam.
In this series, we rent motorcycles and spend nearly 1,300 kilometers riding around central Mexico, visiting all sorts of towns and villages along the way.
In this first episode, we are in San Miguel de Allende in the state of Guanajuato. If you guys like motorcycle riding or adventure riding, this is the video for you. If you're interested in how to get out there, have a good time, and be safe, we'll show you how to do it.
In this video, we pick up the bikes from San Miguel Moto and get ready for our first adventure. Now, a little bit of background about us. Sam has lots of experience on motorcycles. In fact, he's owned everything from sports bikes to adventure bikes to dirt bikes. I have just limited experience riding motorcycles, mostly off-road. I've owned quite a few bikes, but haven't put anywhere near the number of miles that Sam has riding.
We rode a BMW G650GS and a BMW F700GS. These bikes are super forgiving, and we had a fabulous time on them.
All right, so these are new to us bikes. We have not been on these kind of bikes before. A little nerve-wracking, not having much experience at all with something like this, and immediately getting into traffic through the streets of San Miguel. You can tell here Sam kills it, and then I kill it, and then I kill it again. And I think all of that's just to prove and show that these are new bikes to us, and getting used to the throttle, getting used to the clutch, getting used to the brakes. It's got a little bit of a learning curve, and I think that's true to just about every different style of bike.
Let me tell you a little bit about San Miguel de Allende. It's located about 3.5 hours by car northwest of Mexico City. It sits at about 6,200 feet in elevation. Nearly 62,000 people live in the city and about 140,000 in the greater area. We went to San Miguel in early April, and the temperature was about 80 degrees and rarely rained. There's lots of different ways to get down to Mexico, but one of my favorite ways, being from Oregon, is we flew from PDX to San Diego, gave ourselves a little layover time there, went to the Crack Shack and drank a couple beers, had some delicious chicken, and then we took an Uber to Tijuana and got on a plane in Tijuana Airport and flew to León. And from León, we took a car service to San Miguel.
This definitely made for a much longer day of travel, but it was at a much slower pace than if we had just gone direct flights. So this thing that we're driving over right now is called a tope. In the US, we call them speed bumps, but these are giant speed bumps. They're anywhere from 2 feet long all the way to 15 feet long, depending on how big they are. And they're pretty much in every city, every crosswalk. They're all over. There's even decoy ones that are painted to look like topes. And you slow down for them, waiting for the bump, and it never comes. But they are everywhere. It's just something you have to deal with down in Mexico. I had a spot right here where I almost laid it down. I had a guy in front of me that I thought was gonna go, but he decided to stop for the tope, and I just grabbed a fistful of front brake on a little turn, and normally I probably would have thrown this thing down or at least had to put my foot out. Both bad things, but the ABS saved my butt, and it was a little bit weird. I'd never had a bike with ABS where I've actually had to use the ABS before and feel it pulsing, and that's pretty common in Mexico on these dirt roads, cobblestone roads, to get that sort of sensation coming back through the grips.
We've all ridden motorcycles on road, obviously. We've all ridden motorcycles off-road, hopefully. But not everybody can say they've ridden a motorcycle on cobblestones. And I was extremely nervous going into this, even having the experience that I have. It's a new terrain, and they're slippery, and if they're wet, they're extremely slippery. But when you're on the bike, it's semi-forgiving as long as you're paying attention. Cobblestone riding wasn't too bad. actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
So by now, you've probably heard us say a few times this episode or this show. And so what we mean by that is we're planning on having somewhere between 5 and 10 of these videos, kind of documenting our trip, something to share with our family and friends. You're never going to hear from us to smash a subscribe button or to hit a like button or anything like that. Like, this isn't for views. This is honestly just for us and our family and our friends. And I hope we can meet a lot of new friends and we can share this journey with you.
Just because in Mexico they drive on the right side of the road doesn't mean that the rules are the same as they apply in the United States. When you're driving around in Mexico, you'll be behind a guy and all of a sudden he'll turn his left turn signal on. You think he's going to take a left turn and then he pulls off to the right and slows down. Well, that can mean plenty of things. It can mean that he is going to take a left and he's just waiting for it to be safe. It can mean it's safe for you to pass him. It can mean go ahead, pass me. Or he might just have it on for no reason.
You might be wondering how much Spanish that Sam and I speak, and that would be very little. Just enough to get around, order a beer, and more importantly, be able to order the check, because they won't bring you the check. So there's a few little things and tips and tricks that we knew and learned about. The biggest help was having somebody in the group that spoke Spanish really well. There was only a couple of times where we got into situations that we couldn't fix with Google Translate, which was huge. Just having that app alone saved us 90% of the time. This is definitely not a Cabo or Cancun all-inclusive trip. This is not that at all. This is riding motorcycles around the middle of Mexico. There was plenty of things to do and see in San Miguel, and all of the little towns that we went to had mercados or markets that we could stop in at.
Mexico is extremely affordable as long as you're not in Puerto Vallarta or Cabo San Lucas. Where we were at in central Mexico was cheap, the people were friendly, there was culture everywhere you looked, everything was clean. You'd be walking down the street and all of a sudden there's someone just sweeping the sidewalk. No, they don't own that sidewalk, but they care about it because it's outside where they live and they want it to look nice for the people that are walking by and have to walk on it.
Well, I really hope everybody's enjoyed this video. This was such a cool experience for Sam and myself to be able to be a part of. Huge thanks to Sam's grandpa, Bill. Awesome dude. We'll talk a ton more about him in the next few videos. And as you guys can probably tell, this is just the intro video. We've got way too much to share in one episode. We're going to try and keep them between 10 minutes and 15 minutes, and I hope you guys are able to stick around and check it out. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comments below, and we're going to try and get back to you as best we can, but we're definitely happy to help anybody that wants to go down here and check this out, because it's something I think if you love motorcycles as much as I do, I think you guys should check this out. It's a unique experience. I'm dreading riding in the States again after this trip because I know that it's just so different down there. I'm going to be missing out riding in the US. Well, cheers everybody, and thanks for checking this video out. I hope to catch you on the next one.